Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me and this is the first time you're seeing my face, hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here because that's what's going to be happening. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and the continued support. Really do appreciate it. So I know it's been a hot minute, guys. I know. Don't come for me. I know. I have been reading. I just have not been doing videos, but it's a new season because, well, it's not hot girl summer anymore. It's spooky bitch season, and this is my jam. This is my time of the year, so let's get going. I've got a September TBR for you, and it's a fun one, so without further ado, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. All right, so it is spooky bitch season. That also means it is football season. It is fall crisp weather season. It is all of the fun. It is the pumpkin spice because I'm basic as fuck. We all know this. Yeah, I've even got my football shirt on. This is a new shirt I got for our high school football team, Battle Ready, because we are. I'm still in the process of making this New Year's one. I still have to design it, but we're gonna get going. But you're not here for my shirts. You're here for my books. So this month, when I was creating this TBR, I had some books that I had to read. So we'll go through those first. And then as for my free selection, I did pick some book of the month books because I still want to continue that challenge because let's be honest, I have not been hitting it. We all know that. But I wanted to have some fun. And as I was picking books out, I found myself really drifting to the spooky because that is the season, but I didn't want to go too spooky just yet. So I accidentally designed my October TBR before I designed the September one. So it was so these are kind of the rejects of my October TBR, guys, just so you know. But this is what I'm planning on trying to get a tackle this month. Of course, you know, life happens, things come up, new shiny things happen. So this is not permanent. This is not definitive, but it is kind of the outline that I'm going with. So for starters, the books that I have to read this month, one is my book club, and that's my book club books. And I am part of two book clubs. I am part of an online one with the Black Hat Book Coven, which I've been with for quite some time now. And we meet once a month or twice a month, and we read witchy books. That's kind of the whole theme. And last month's book was really heavy. It was my pick. It was really heavy. So hopefully this next month's book's gonna be a little bit nicer. And it is actually Becky's pick. And this is Bewitched by Sienna Kelly. And it looks like this. This is the first installment to the Sea Witch Chronicles. This is the weirdest spelling of witch I've ever seen. It threw me. I want to say wiki. I don't want to say witch. I'm just gonna be honest. It kind of threw me. And all I'm picturing is like Ursula the Sea Witch. Like that's what I'm picturing. But then I find out that it's like this cozy tea sort of witch romance. And I'm like, oh, so I don't really know how I feel about this one. It's a dope cover. I love the color scheme. I love sea witches. I think that's cool. So fingers crossed. And Becky actually picked this one. So this is Becky's pick. However, the live shows, the reading sprints are going to be on Laura's channel on September 14th. Here's a little card here. And the live show will be on Becky's channel on the 28th. And here's the card here. So if you guys want to pick this book up and join us and read along with us, hopefully this will be the book that we all like or dislike or something. It will be like unanimous thing. We'll have some good discussion. Some of the last couple books have not been hitting with the discussion. So fingers crossed for this next round of books because September starts the new round of picks that we all did. So yeah, we got this one and I'm excited because it's sea related. I'm still in that seafaring kind of thing. Even though we're going into spooky season, we still have the witch aspect. So like it. The next book I am reading is for my Spicy Book Club, and that is my in-person book club. That's the second book club I'm a part of, and this is through my local bookstore. We read spicy books. Smutty, spicy, dark, twisted, the creepier, the smuttier, the steamier, the hotter, the better. And this one I'm really looking forward to. And this is Distance by Luna Mason. This is a dark mafia. This is a mafia romance, okay? Mafia. We all know how I feel about mafia over here. It's my bread and butter. I love them. If I'm gonna pick up a mafia, if I'm in a slump, I always pick up a mafia romance. and it kind of gets me out of it. We all know this. Or historical fiction. So yeah. But anyway, the second thing is that this is about a fighter. As you can see, the little boxing gloves. So something that I started this year after I turned 38, I actually started taking self-defense courses. Nothing happened to me to instigate me taking these. I just want to make that clear. I'm not doing this because something happened to me. Okay, I did it because it's something I've always wanted to do. I was a Power Ranger fan as a kid, and I've always been intrigued by martial arts and fighting. And so I finally bit the bullet and I did it, and I am having an absolute fucking blast. I'm enjoying it so much. I am doing a little bit of kind of everything. I've got some karate, I am doing jujitsu, and I am really, really loving my Muay Thai that I am learning to do. The punching, striking, the art of 8 limbs. It's awesome. So I'm really looking forward to this because I'm literally doing this 2 to 3 times a week, and it has been such a big difference in my life. It's been so amazing, and I don't know why I didn't do it way sooner, because it's awesome. So really excited about this one because it's going along with something that I'm very passionate about right now and very excited about, and I am doing. So yay. So those are my 2 book club books. My spicy book club meeting isn't till the end of the month, so it'll be a hot minute before I get to this one, but I do plan on picking this one up, and I will physically, I'm pretty sure I'm purchasing both of these. I think they're in my Amazon cart. I'm almost positive they're both there, so. Yep. Pumpkin spice. Because I'm basic. It's fine. It's fine, guys. I don't know. Are you basic if you can knock somebody out with a punch? I don't know. Food for thought. Anyway, there's another thing that's happening. Becky is doing another Unstuff Your Kindle. I got to participate in this earlier this year and had a really good time with it. And this round's theme is leaves. Obviously, we're getting to fall, so she picked leaves. I'll attach up here my last in Unstuff Your Kindle vlog. It's where there's a theme, and you read all the books that are on your Kindle that fall under that theme. And I decided to do a vlog with it, so I'll be doing that again. But this one is leaves. Now, I have quite a few books on my Kindle that have leaves on the cover. And I looked this time. I really looked. So there's not an accidental shirt mishap like the last time. Watch the video. It's hilarious. Okay. But these are some of the options that I'm debating about because they kind of give off that spooky vibe. Not ironclad. These are just the first ones that I noticed that I'm like kind of drawn to. So the first one is the first installment of the Court of Ravens trilogy, and that is Feathers So Vicious. This one's been on my Kindle for a hot minute. As you can see, there's some small leaves on the tree in the very back. It's very tiny, but they're there. And if you don't believe me, I don't care. There's a tree means there's leaves somewhere. So, I don't know anything about this one. I knew something about it when I put it on here, but if I remember correctly, this is a book that is supposed to be really, really spicy. Like, it's supposed to be very, very twisted, very, very, burning my fingers spicy. So here's to that one. Give it a shot. The next one is Corrupt Shadows, and I couldn't remember, the author's name is here. I just couldn't remember what it was when I made my little outline, and the image was too small for me to type it, for me to read it. So there you go. Corrupt Shadows. This one has been on my Kindle longer than any of these other options. It was way down there. And I do believe it is the first installment in a series. Another dark romance. But I love the cover of this one. I love the graphics and the cover. I think it's really going to be really cool. And with the leaves, the flowers, it fits the theme. And the other one that's still possible is kind of weird. I have no idea how this is going to be on Kindle. But it's Kitsune by Nicolette Andrews. I don't know if this is a manga on a Kindle. I haven't opened it. I have no idea. So it's going to be a surprise for everybody. But it's got fall leaves. It looked really pretty. And let's be honest, K-pop Demon Hunters is fucking everywhere. And my daughter conned me into watching it. And I'll be damned if the songs aren't catchy. Okay? She's over here. And I guarantee you she's doing this right now. Very quietly so you can't hear her. Because we watched it, and the songs are kind of catchy. So I figured, why the hell not? Let's throw some stuff that's reminiscent of that in there too. So these are some possible, these three right here are some possible options for this vlog. Not ironclad though, so you might see these, but you will be seeing a vlog up. I don't exactly remember what day the time is supposed to go up, but there is a reading sprint for it on September 10th that I will be part of. So you can see me there, some of my reactions. And that will be on Becky's channel. And I'll link all the channels I mentioned in the dial box below, all that jazz. So for my book of the month challenge, I wanted to read down some of my past book of the months. And I made a video earlier this year where I organized all my book of the months by the month that they were released in. And of the September selections, there was 4. Normally I would just draw it, but I'm going for a certain vibe, okay? And none of them were really hitting that. However, I read the synopsis of this one, and it felt like something that I could relate to right now, so I feel like I could be successful with it. And this is The Love Elixir of Augusta Stern by Linda Cohen Logman, okay? This was September of last year only, so this hasn't been on the shelf very long. This one is about a retired pharmacist, Augusta Stern, and she relocates, and in the process of relocating, runs into Irving Rivkin, who was a delivery boy when she was younger in her father's pharmacy that broke her heart. And the thing is, the reason why this one kind of stuck to me is, I'm just going to read it to you, okay? And I'll explain later. When Augusta was a teenager growing up in 1920s Brooklyn, her role model was her father, Solomon Stern, the trusted owner of the local pharmacy and the neighborhood expert on every ailment. But when Augusta's mother dies and great aunt Esther moves in, Augusta can't help but be drawn to Esther's curious methods. As a healer herself, Esther offers Solomon's customers her own advice, unconventional remedies ranging from homemade chicken soup to mysterious array of powders and potions. As Augusta prepares for pharmacy college, she is torn between loyalty to her father and the fascination with her great aunt, all while navigating a budding but complicated relationship with Irving. Desperate for clarity, she impulsively uses Esther's most potent elixir, with disastrous consequences. Disillusioned and alone, Augusta vows to reject Esther's enchantments forever. 60 years later, confronted with Irving, Augusta is still haunted by the mistakes of her past. What happened all those years ago, and how did her plan go to spectacularly wrong? Did Irving ever truly love her, or was he simply playing a part? And can Augusta really claim the magic of her youth before it's too late? The reason I picked this book is simply the fact that she's still haunted by mistakes of the past, and how is she going to fix them? That's something that I can relate to, so it kind of spoke to me, and that's why I picked this one. So I'm hoping that I have a very good time with this one. I'm very, very excited about it, and I also like the fact that it is kind of modern day medicine mixed with old wives' tales remedies. A lot of wives' tales remedies were back in the day contrived as witchcraft, so it's kind of like an own little witchy vibe in of itself to me. So I'm very excited about this one. This is my book of the month selection to kind of continue knocking that down. My choice reading for the month, these are books that I was drawn to, but they just didn't fit the vibe of the October TBR that I accidentally created, or when I was looking at them, like, these are really spooky, these are kind of mid, so that's where these fall in. So the first one is Amelia Hart's Wayward. This is another generational story of 3 women across 5 centuries. So we have Kate, who is in 2019. We have Altha, who is in 1619. And we have Violet in 1942. Violet is during World War II, her family's grand crumbling estate. She is straitjacketed by societal convention. She longs for the robust education her brother receives, and for her mother long deceased, who is rumored to have gone mad before her death. The only traces of Violet has for our locket bearing the initial W and the word wayward scratched in the base of her bedroom. Altha went on trial for murder of a local farmer who was stampeded to death by his herd. When she was a girl, her mother taught her all kinds of magic and kind not rooted in spellcasting, but deep in knowledge of the natural world. And we have Kate, who flees from wayward college, inherited from her great aunt she barely knows, but with its tumbling ivy and overgrown garden, the cottage is worlds away from abusive partner who tormented Kate. But she soon suspects that her great aunt had a secret, one that lurks in the bones of the cottage, hidden ever since the witch hunts of the 17th century. So I'm really excited to see how all these are intertwined. I love a good witchy story. It's got a kind of nice fall-esque vibe, and I love the raven on the cover. Let's just be honest, okay? Thanks. And it's another book of the month that I can knock off my shelf. The next one I saw and immediately picked up because screamed cover to me, but it just wasn't, it didn't hit that spooky enough, that scary enough vibe for October. So definitely a September read. And this is The Resurrectionist by A. Ray Dunlap. Now I have read another book called The Resurrectionist, and I have a full book review of it right here. Recently somebody just watched it and actually read the book and really enjoyed it. So please go check this one out. It's much different than this, I can guarantee it, but it was definitely a fun read. So if you're looking for something a little bit on the spooky side, but not super Halloween-esque just yet, check that one out. It's also like, it's hella short. It's like this, okay, dude? It's not even an inch wide. So, but this one, look at this gorgeous cover. Look at this, okay? This was a cover buy when I bought it originally, and I recently just purchased this, so this is one of my newest editions. But we're gonna read just the back of this because it's awesome. Portrait of a medical student as a young body snatcher. Yet I must insist that in the end, this is not a story about death. It is perhaps a life story, or even, yes, a love story. It's a story of how I clawed my way from the decay of a crumbling legacy into the modern era of reason and science. It is a story of how I escaped a prison of archaic superstition to the freedom of enlightenment. It's a story of how a rose can blossom from even the bloodiest soil, of how light can grow from shadow, how love can grow from despair. This, dear reader, is a story of my resurrection. When I read that, I was for sure, yes, I need to read this book for this month because of everything that's going on. With me starting the martial arts, with me kind of beginning this like new self-discovery. I don't want to bother you guys with this, but yeah, I'm kind of on like this journey right now, and this book just spoke to me. Kind of like coming back out of the ashes, the whole 9 yards, like all that stuff. So it just hit right. So there you go. It's on the list. And the last one is because she just released her new book, and I'm not ready just yet. I do have 2 books I still need to read by her before I pop into that. So I decided to grab this one because it's super short. It's Apples Dipped in Gold by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the second installment to her fairy tale retelling series. And this one, I want to say, hold on. I don't remember which fairy tales these are combining. The first one was like definitely Beauty and the Beast kind of element. Here's the first one. This is the first one. And then this is the second one. I want to say it's kind of like Snow White, but I don't think it is. This woman had carved her name in my heart long ago, and I still bled from the open wound. She was my curse, and I wanted to be free. Orphaned at a young age, Samara, all right, has been left under the care of her 3 horrible brothers for many long years. But just when she thinks she cannot take another day of their abuse, a handsome prince offers her hand in marriage. Samara's brothers agree to the wedding in exchange for a large dowry. But on her way to salvation in her new kingdom, her carriage is ambushed and she is rescued by Lore, the wicked prince of Nightshade, who demands a favor in return. Samara believes that Lore's request is meant to punish her for her crimes against his kind. The punishment is only half of Lore's plan. The truth is that the elven prince has pined after Samara for 7 long years. His power over poisons rivals none of the enchanted forest. But Samara's a new kind of toxin in his blood, and all he can think about. Can the Prince of Nightshade manage to find a remedy, or will he succumb to her love? I don't know what fairy tale it is, but we're about to find out. So, but that is my September TBR, guys. I'm hoping for good, exciting things, and hopefully I'll be back on track with my videos, so you'll start seeing a little bit more of me. So keep your eyes peeled. But that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that. And just a little word of advice. It is spooky bitch season, okay? So all my spooky girls out there, grab your leggings, grab your hoodies, grab your pumpkin spice, put your hair in a little top knot, and be basic as fuck. Because you know what? This is our time, okay? This is ours. So you rock it. And grab yourself a nice spooky book. I'll see you guys all later. Have a good one.